Guys, before we get going, you know what we got to do. We got to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers. So thank you to Tony, Starla, Luke, Jacob, Jeff, Adam, Chuck, Justin, Brian, Dusty, Alpha 80 Swag, Roland Rogans, Kay, and Center. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Like we always said, it means the world to Luke and I. You guys really do help drive this ship. And listen, if you want to help support the show a little bit more, get a little extra content, you could become a Patreon member at patreon.com/AITDpod. You get exclusive content, all that good stuff. You can find the link in the episode notes. Also, the Discord. We always mention the Discord. Come hang out with us in the Discord, guys. Find that link to join for free in the episode notes. Today, episode 209, not much has happened really in the UPS world or even the Teamsters world. But I'm about to be back at work. I was on vacation this past week down at Virginia Beach visiting my parents. Luke's got some mining shaft that sits below his house that he's probably going to talk about too. So, guys, this was going to be all about us, it's going to be about us today.
We're calling it in the ring, as they say.
Right.
We're calling it in the ring.
That's right. Guys, hope you guys are ready. I know we're ready. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Here we go.
Butts and seats, Rooster Gate. Don't be a crater, baby. Leave your help on the side of the road. West by Virginia. And now your host, hey, Dave and Luke. Hey, and now your host, hey, Dave and Luke. Oh, and now your host, yeah.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of All in the Delivery. This is episode 209. First thing I got to say, Luke, is I got a text message when I was on vacation from the Rooster Gate himself, Brian. And Brian was checking in, just saying hello. He said he loved the new intro. Talking about the Rooster Gate there in the beginning, and he said, just keep up the good work and all that. So a little, pat on the back to us, I guess.
Dude, I'm so glad that you heard from him, because that was because that happened so fast. It was like a flash in the night kind of thing. I'm glad to hear he's doing well. That's good. I'm glad he's listening.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to you, Brian. The Rooster Gate episode was one that blew a lot of minds, and for all of the listeners here, if you were newer or you missed that one, I'd tell you to go back and
highly
listen
recommend
to
go back and listen to it.
Might scare the shit out of you, but it's a good listen.
That's right. You know what might scare the shit out of people? Those dick pics on our Discord channel, guys. That started from Rooster Gate. We got a whole section of cock pics. We're talking about roosters, guys, obviously, right? Roosters. Anyways.
Fuck.
That voice you heard over there, let's bring him in. Down in West by God, Virginia.
Fuck.
I am rough tonight. Here we go. Luke, how are you, buddy?
Well, dude, I mean, you also you had a long trip and you've been off. You've enjoyed. I saw the pictures that you posted where, dude, it looked like everybody had a great time. So understandably, knowing you got to go back to work tomorrow, it's a salty air. It's the mind fuck that you're already back to work in the week. Probably they never go they always go too soon, no matter what. Even when they go. Like, some of them fly by, some of them don't. But at the end of the vacation, you're always like, "Damn, that went too quick," because you always have to come back. But I'm good. But I wanted to say with the calling in the ring thing, it always makes me laugh because we have so many. I know we shout out Slammer a good bit, and everybody being professional wrestling fans. That term I've always loved to use because I'd heard Bill Goldberg, and I believe this was on maybe Stone Cold's Broken Skull sessions. Call it in the ring. I just want to give a quick one on this. When Bill Goldberg was he was wrestling Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the championship. This was in the midst of his unbeaten streak and everything, and he won the title from the Hogan and was like the fucking White Knight against the NWO kind of thing. And he had said, I want to say it was Stone Cold's podcast, don't quote me on that, but he had said, like, when he'd walked in to ask, and Bill Goldberg, for all intents and purposes, was a pretty green professional wrestler. He didn't have, like, it wasn't like he was that seasoned. He was still very new at that point. And, Hulk Hogan being who he was, he's about to wrestle Hulk for the fucking WCW championship. And he asked him what he wants to do. And Hulk, he said, "I'll call it in the ring, kid." And I always laughed because I thought, man, that would be, I'm not one to prep much, but I couldn't imagine being in that situation and be like, oh, fuck, okay, we're going to do it like that, huh? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I've used that term a lot, and I've used it a lot on the podcast because Dave and I, we haven't talked on the phone at all, texted a couple times. So we hadn't, but like he'd said at the beginning of it, there hadn't been that much EPS news. So this is going to be a spitballing episode, but Dave's got plenty of ammunition. Fun ammunition, I hope, from the vacation stuff. Mine, not so fun, but I do want to clarify something with the Mineshaft thing. I heard that wrong. I don't think I told you this because when I initially thought there's a fucking 800-foot mine shaft below my house. Fuck me. I'm like, so I find out it's 800 feet into the ground. There are mine shafts below, but the thing is that there are pillars holding these things up, and they say the pillars are solid and
okay,
it's not the mining. And I'm like, oh, fucking great. So
I
we
hope
asked, so what happens if the pillars, if the pillars break or shift or something happens? And the response was, well, that would be a problem. So, well, fucking wonderful. So, but, yeah, it was, West by God, Virginia, for those that don't know, we are a state that is a coal we are a coal mining state, and they basically what they did was they would trench around underground like that looking for coal. Technically not really supposed to be doing it, but it happened a lot back in the day. Like, they did a lot of stuff that was kind of off the record, if you will. So yeah, there's just fucking, but it's not just my house. It's like literally every house on my street. It's so like, it's not like
a whole path under there.
When I had texted you though, I was so mind-blown because I'd read it wrong. I thought, wait a minute, where our house is sitting on, I thought directly on top, a little bit of ground, and then 800-foot mine shaft. That's what I thought. And I was like, oh, fuck. What? There's no way we're going. Like, I thought basically what they were there for was, it was a follow-up for a thing with our ground being kind of uneven. And we have subsidiary insurance, and they were doing it was like a year later. I literally forgot about it. I thought it was done and everything. But yeah, that's what. And a long-winded answer is so many times that one wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be. So I wanted to get that one out of the way early because I know when you hear that, people are probably like, "What the fuck?" Like thinking, I'm like, I could be falling through the ground as we do this fucking podcast.
God.
But I do want to say though, before we get started, I'm going to this isn't going to be so much as a conventional work week, starting it off with that, because I got a few things that had happened, that being one of them. But I do want to say, to start this, I'd gotten off the 9-5 list, and I'm bracing for impact. I wasn't going to be on. I have a vacation in a month. I thought if it's like that bad, I'll get back on it the week before I go off, and then all will be fine. And dude, so this Monday, as I'm like prepping to go to work, I'm just bracing for fucking impact. And my neighboring route, he is on vacation this week or last week, sorry. And I didn't know that could have played a hand in it maybe as well. But I walk in and I've got the least amount of stops I may have ever had, 8-hour request included. Like, if you include my pickups, I think I had like 80 stops. And, you know, I have a lot of pickups. I had like maybe 78. I think I had like 62 stops or 65 stops. And I thought, what the fuck is this? And I was like, dude, I cringed saying I wanted to get off the 9-5 list. Then I walk in on Monday and I'm going to fucking 05. I thought, man, I'm thinking right away, psychological warfare. They're fucking with me. but we had missed, we had some shit that didn't show up, over the weekend. So it was like that kind of thing and everybody's volume was down, but that's how it started. And then, I'll go ahead and get. Really, the only other thing I was really going to get into was the wildfire and the smoke. But I was, since that happened later in the week, I'll let that one go a little bit down the way. But that was how the week started, and it ended up being a long week. I didn't work Thursday, or I didn't work Tuesday. So I only worked 4 days, and I still got, I mean, I worked 4 days, 05 Monday, and I still got 40 hours this week. So I'll let you, the end of the week was rough. It was heavy, but yeah.
Word. Yeah.
That was my boring UPS shit.
My week was just, as we said earlier, it just goes too fast. It really does go by so quickly. When you're on vacation, it feels like, and I mean, the way I was thinking about how I'm going to talk about this on the episode before, and you know, I'm not going to go like into detail every single thing we did, but I mean, I'll tell you, we left last Friday, as you're listening to this, it wouldn't have been last week, it would have been the previous week, but we left Friday night, and we got out on the road about 8:45. We got on the road, and my wife, God bless her soul, she drove about 6 hours into the night, and we got down to somewhere right on the border of Maryland and Virginia, and there's this gas station, and we always stop at this gas, we stopped at the same gas station last year, and
okay.
And we stopped at the same gas station last year too, and it's like perfect, like, I don't know, it just lines up with our car's gas mileage and shit. Like, it's just like, oh, it's time to get gas. Well, there's this gas station, it's perfect. It's right on the border of Maryland and Virginia, and it is the most redneck gas station like ever.
Ever,
dude.
I don't need to judge that.
It's, I mean, like, we could have went across the street just past the border, and there is like one of those what the fuck's it called? There's a Wawa right there. You know, we could have went to the Wawa, but we go to this one specific gas station, and if I could find the freaking name of this gas station, it would be absolutely hysterical to me, because it's fucking, Dixieland.
Of course.
It's called Dixieland.
Okay.
And, you know, like, there's like nobody there, but they leave the gas pumps on for like credit cards, you know, users and stuff all night long. Right? And I mean, like, the outside of this thing, dude, there's Confederate flags. There's all this merch, memorabilia in the windows, you know, and you know, it's the one we just always go to, and they got like porta potties outside and shit. And like, it's perfect. The kids could go, whatever, roam around at 3:30 in the morning. And it literally was like 3:15 a.m. And now, like, my kids see the Welcome to Virginia sign, so they're already excited. So, like, not many of them are going back to sleep now, And I was like, honey, like, I'll take over the rest, dude. I bought a Ghost before we left, cracked open that Ghost at 3:15 a.m., started drinking the Ghost as we're just driving the rest of the way, a couple of more hours to my folks' house. But, yeah, shout out to Dixieland on the border of Maryland and Virginia. Taking care of us for the last 2 years. But I'm
sorry. I'm fucking laughing. I could probably see this place, is all I'm saying. I just, the fucking, I literally, oh God. It's funny that, I was going to ask, though, I didn't mean to interrupt, but is this the place where you take a picture of the sign? Is there a sign there, or was that in another spot?
There's like the Welcome to Virginia sign. It's like it's like right by the highway, right
so
there.
I remember seeing you post that picture when you went down before. That's why I was pointing earlier, because I thought that might have been the place. But
oh yeah, yeah, it was definitely that
Dixieland.
place. It's called Dixieland. Yeah. Some people who are listening might even know what I'm talking about. For all we know, it's a one of a kind.
Or some people might be like, I'm not fucking stopping at Dixieland at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's very, very possible as well. I mean, like, I don't know if you could see it, but like,
I mean, yeah, I can see it.
It's got the stars across the top of there. It got the red, white, and blue American flag.
Okay,
stuff.
it's a
big,
fucking
big
American
cigarettes,
flag, at least.
beer, wine, lottery going across there, dude. And I mean, like I said, yeah.
Is it blow your mind? So this is what I always laugh, because I'll tell people, because I've gotten into argument when I used to play 2K, dude. People in Virginia would always talk shit to me, and they'd be like, "You all a bunch of rednecks," kind of shit, and they sounded more fucking southern than I did. And I would be like, "Dude, we broke away from you guys in the fucking Civil War. We were part of the." So the fact that it makes me laugh, because I haven't seen any around here in a while.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say they don't fucking still exist here, because I always used to get mad when I'd see them. I'd be like, we broke away. I was like, people that really know the history of this state to fucking have Confederate flag memorabilia is a fucking oxymoron. But really to have it in general itself is an oxymoron, but it does make me laugh. It would be Virginia, because that's where it was supposed to be at, not West Virginia. I just wouldn't throw that out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so shout out to Dixieland for always supplying us with gas the last 2 years. But I mean, it was awesome, dude. We got to my parents' house at like 5:15 in the morning. It was great. So I called my dad as soon as we crossed the Chesapeake Bay bridge and tunnel over there, and got right into Virginia, and just gave him a call, and they're about 15 minutes from the bridge and tunnel. And it was funny, I was about 20 minutes from Kitty Hawk at one point during the one trip we had, which I went to visit my sister and her family down in North Carolina. And we went to let me rewind before we get into that. So I'll just tell you like this different stuff we did. I won't go into detail with it, but like day one, we got there Saturday early morning, right? Like I said, 5:15 a.m. Got there Saturday early morning. We unpacked the car. I bought all the shit in, and I'm gassed. I am shot, obviously. I maybe slept a half an hour in the car ride. I could have, but like, I don't know. I wanted to be awake for my wife to be, to make sure she's good, obviously. And then she's like, I'm good. And then like I fell asleep for like a half hour, woke up, and I look over at her. She's just like, fucking driving. I'm like, are you good? She's like,
right.
She's like, she like gives me like the hand signal. She's like, eh. I was like, all right, pull over. I was like, listen, our favorite gas station that we like to visit, Dixieland's coming up. Pull over. We'll get gas, and I'll drive the rest of the way, babe. It's good. I'm good. So, anyways, I took over from there. She slept. So we get to my parents' house. I'm shot after unloading the car, and like the crash is happening. I was like, is everybody good? Like, my parents are awake. My kids are all, pretty amped up, right? In the morning there, early morning to see Gigi and Papa at their house and whatnot in Virginia Beach. And I was like, is everybody good? Like, I need to go take a nap. I need to go take a nap for a couple hours. I was like, just give me like a couple hours. I passed out, woke up at like 10. Yeah, it was like 6 a.m. I passed out at 6, woke up at like 10, right? I get up, I go downstairs, I see everybody. My mom tells me my youngest fell asleep on the ottoman that was in the living room. He passed out on the ottoman, which is like weird, and my oldest didn't sleep at all. He stayed awake from like that point on. And so the first thing they want to do, obviously the most exciting thing, let's go to the beach. Like that's what they, that's what the kids were amped for. Let's go to the beach. So we decided to go to a beach that's just south of Virginia Beach called Sandbridge Beach. And we went to Sandbridge, and that's where my family used to vacation all the time when I was growing up. They got a whole strip of houses, beach houses there that people can rent, all that stuff. And so we went to Sandbridge Beach, and we show up and we unpack everything. There's a huge dark cloud coming our way. And I pull out my phone and I'm looking at the radar. I'm like, oh boy. I was like, it's yellow. It's showing yellow on the radar, little parts of red. And like, we just unpacked and we just got there, and we were like, where the hell is like this wasn't on the radar before, it just popped up. And like, the life, like I was talking to my dad and I was like, Dad, like we just unpacked here, and like we're about to get kicked off the beach because there's a storm coming, Well, there was no thunder or lightning in this storm. It was just flash floods. And we were down, dude. So, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was definitely going to be a memory that I know all of us will never forget, because the only time the lifeguards will kick you off the beach is when there's thunder and lightning. If it's just rain, they ain't going to kick you off.
Right.
So it is fucking pouring down, bro. It is pouring so hard, and the waves were getting rough, but my two boys were in there on the fucking boogie boards and shit.
Nice.
And they're just full fucking the waves were rough, dude, and my kids were like loving life. They were so amped to be there. They're riding these crazy waves and shit. I'm in the water. I got this like huge straw umbrella beach hat on, and I'm like down to my shoulders because I'm getting pelted by like the rain. So I'm like, let me go down to my shoulders so at least I'm fully covered. My hat's covering my face, and we're just getting pelted, dude. It's going to be like a memory. Like I said, my kids will never forget that first day there, because we were on the beach playing in the ocean. And it's just heavy torrential downpours.
That's fucking awesome.
So it was pretty cool. So that was like the first day, and then eventually it cleared up. The sun came out, and everything was good and dandy. Building sandcastles, all that good beach stuff. So that was day one, right? We went to the beach, and then I'm trying to remember everything we did. We did a lot, and then we the next day we visited the Virginia Beach Aquarium, which is about like a 3-minute drive from my parents' house. And we went to the Virginia Beach Aquarium, and which the kids obviously love that, seeing the fish, the sharks, the sea lions, all that stuff, the otters, all that. And so we did that, and then it was getting around like lunchtime, and we were like, yeah, like we're hungry, like let's go down to like the boardwalk and grab some lunch somewhere down there. Well, we decided to do something fun, which like we never did before, or my parents never even did before living there. And I was like, yo, like let's catch the trolley down to the boardwalk. Like let's leave the car in the parking lot here. Let's catch the trolley from the aquarium down to the board. So all of us got on the trolley. It was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool just being able to ride around and just.
I almost forgot about trolleys, man.
Yeah, dude.
That is pretty cool.
Hell yeah, dude. And so, we're in the trolley going down stop by stop by stop. And then we finally got down to the boardwalk, hopped off, and went to this restaurant, had great wings. Went to this restaurant and, ate there. That was right on the beach, and walked down. Like my oldest, Xander, he's obsessed with the one store that's down there called Sensations, which is like the big beach theme store down there. And so, there's all the beach stuff, and he's a total gift shop. Like, he's a gift shopaholic. You know what I mean? Like, he loves gift shops. The gift shops at the Aquarium, the gift shops in Virginia Beach. Like, he loves gift shops. And so, he wanted to go there again since we went there last year as well. Like, he was looking forward to going there again. So obviously we did that, and we all hopped on the trolley, took it back up to that parking lot, got in the car, went back to my parents' house. And my parents have got the sweet hookup with their friends from church. Are the owners of one of the KOA campgrounds. That's about a 5-minute drive down the road from my parents' house. And, the KOA's got a whole bunch of fun stuff there, obviously, between a pool, they got 2 in-ground pools. They got a lazy river. They got, one of those big, like, sort of in-ground, like, trampoline, bubble, air-filled things that kids can jump on and shit. I don't know what the fuck they're called. But, they got one of those. They got swings, playgrounds. They got all this stuff. So after we ate lunch and took the train back, we decided, hey, let's go swimming at the KOA. Let's go swimming at the pool. So my dad's got the hookup with the guy that he knows, gave the entire family bracelets and stuff for, the week, basically saying that, like, we were campers, at, there, which we're not, obviously. And so, we were able to come and go. We went to the KOA pool 3 times in that week we were there. Nice. And because, like, sometimes they just wanted just a little bit more cleaner water. You know what I mean? Not so much the ocean.
Well, yeah, fine. I mean, and it's the fucking ocean, dude, because if you're in a pool, you don't have to worry about, like you saying when you got out, and I know you were bending down to get shoulder, but I started thinking of times being like when I would be out and being up to like my chest and shit. I'm like, man, there could be fucking something just swimming right here, ready to fuck. You know what I mean? It's just
so I got a story.
It's still the ocean, so yeah, I totally understand.
And I got a story on why we went back to the KOA 2 times after that.
Oh, okay.
So follow that next day up. The owner of the KOA, his name's Keith. Shout out to Keith and his family. They were great. Keith also has a pontoon boat that's he keeps in the bay in the inlet over there. And he was like, my dad told him that, listen, my son and his family are coming down, and my dad helped him put the pontoon boat into the water this past spring, all that stuff. And, my dad's been out there on the boat with him like a half a dozen times already. And so, my dad was like, hey, listen, my son and his family are coming down, do you think, is there a day that maybe you're available and, we could take the family out on the boat? And like Keith was like, Vic, I would love to. I would love to take you and your family out on the boat, and take your grandkids out there. And so we had a pontoon boat day when we ended up going out there. And dude, let me tell you something. Those inlets down there and the houses that are on the water, they all have docks. They all have their own boats. They're $1 million fucking houses, bro. And we're going through the inlet. Obviously, it's like, no wake. It's a restricted speed, right? And like, we're just cruising for like 15 minutes down the inlet. And like, my dad's like, hey, he was like, you should quit your job, take the next buyout and quit your job. And like, he's like, we can all put our money in and we can get one big house right here on the water and we can all get our own boat. I was like, dude, don't threaten me with a good time.
No, that's right.
Because that sounds fantastic. But, we ended up going out on the boat, ended up going out up the shore, going out into the Atlantic up there. And the main reason why we wanted to do it was to go see if we could see some dolphins, swimming up the coast there. And sure as shit, we find a whole, what are they, a pod of dolphins? I think dolphins are pods. It's not a school because those are fish. Right. But I'm pretty sure it's called like a pod. And so there's like a whole shit ton of them, dude. And Keith like swings the pontoon boat around and like we're like, cruising up on them a little bit. And the dolphins were just playing. like they were just having a good time out there. We got so close to them. I'm sure you saw some of the videos, but like we got so close to the dolphins, dude. Like it, being able to like see their eyes, hear their fucking blowhole, like when they come up and shit, dude. Like they were so close, and that was a cool experience for everybody, including my boys, obviously. And yeah, so we had a pontoon day, and then he was like, "All right, let me take you guys to this beach." Just drive the pontoon boat up on the beach, dock it right there in the sand, and everybody hopped out. Well, Xander gets stung by a jellyfish in that water.
Oh, I see where. Okay,
yeah, and like what was crazy was like he was like he's like, my legs are burning, you know what I mean, and stuff. Like he didn't have like, it must have been like must have been like a baby jellyfish. Like it must not have been big. You know what I mean? And like he's fine. He was fine. It's just, I don't know if you've ever been stung by jellyfish.
I have not, but I've heard that it hurts.
Yeah, it burns. It itches a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like as soon as he said that, I felt something on my arm, and like it was like probably 5 seconds after Xander said it, and then I got stung too. On my arm, bro. And I was just like, oh. So now like Xander's like, I gotta be big fucking tough guy here, because I can't show this to Xander and make Xander freak out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I gotta like, kind of like hold it back a little bit, and so that was the reason why we went to the KOA pool 2 more times and stopped going into the ocean, was because of that. So
yeah, that'll do it.
we got some jellyfish stings, and but I mean, what a great day though. I mean, otherwise, just taking the pontoon out, and there's literally just seeing other boats come up to this beach too, and just ride the sand, just ride the sandbar up and just dock it there, and it was awesome. It was sweet.
It is cool how you can do that, because when they first did it, let me ask you, because I'll tell you my first experience with it, with my boat. But when they started to do it, were you in your head going, man, are we going to need to slow down, or was he going pretty good to where he actually beached up?
No, yeah. Yeah, and then he had I don't know what kind of anchor it is, but it's like 2 poles that like screw together, or 2 poles that like you screw into the back and you screw them down like into the sandbar instead of throwing like an anchor out. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're called, but there's some sort of anchors, basically. It's these 2 poles. And yeah, so he went up far enough to where when he tried using the motor in reverse to like get it out, and he couldn't. So then he was like, Vic, hop out there, just give us a little push quick. And I was like, Dad, I got it. Like, let the younger guy do it. You know what I mean? So then I went out there. I was like, all right, ready? Let's push the boat back out there. And sure enough, just got it off and hop back up and go on your way. But
because the first time I did that, dude, I was shitting myself, because Ashley did it. Like, Ashley did this shit. She grew up in the Chesapeake. So I'm like, and this isn't an actual, obviously this isn't a beach like what you're at. This is just a beach along in a river, so you don't know what the fuck's in there anyway. But I remember she was driving fast enough, and I was thinking, holy shit, we're gonna fuck this thing up, and then just slid right up there, and it was fine. And I was like, huh,
it's cool.
Yeah, it is, man. It is pretty cool. You just drive up there and fucking leave it sit. I couldn't imagine having the space like that to do it in, though.
Yeah, it was cool. And then, I mean, after that, dude, other activities we did, obviously, like I said, we went to my sister's house down in North Carolina. What we did before that, which was actually pretty cool, we went to this place called Digger's Dungeon. And my youngest, Grant, is obsessed with monster trucks. Digger's Dungeon is basically the home of Gravedigger, the monster truck Gravedigger.
Yes.
And nice. And that is in somewhere, I forgot the town of North Carolina, but we were very close to Kitty Hawk and that area where you guys were. But yeah, so that was pretty cool, actually, because you get to see like the history of it, and it's also like a museum. You literally see like the first truck he's ever had. It's pretty cool.
I wanted to make sure to say something about that when you brought it up, because that was fucking awesome because those pictures, because the one Gravedigger where it was like black with neon trim in the bottom, and that was the one I remember when I would have probably been Grant's age. Like, that's the first one I can remember was that one. And that was cool as fuck, dude. I wanted to make sure to say, like, because when I saw that one, I was like, holy shit, there it is. That's the one I was like, because I didn't know, like, for the longest time that it was an actual, like, brand. I just assumed, my dumbass, well, I don't want to say dumbass. I was young, but I was not that young when I put two and two together. I was old enough to know better, but I thought Gravedigger was the same truck, same dude. Like, I'm thinking, I had no idea it was like an actual brand of just in the history of it. But yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to throw that in there.
But yeah, no, like that was pretty cool. So you saw like the monster truck he started off with to where he is obviously today. And you know, it's not only him. I mean, like his daughter is a driver for them. His sons is too. Like, so the entire family. I'm pretty sure he retired. I mean, like Ken Anderson, you know, is the original Gravedigger.
So it is the one. It is the original. So
oh yeah,
okay. Oh, so, well, all right. Then maybe I fucked.
Yeah, he's from that town. I forgot the fucking name of the town that it's in, but he's from that town in North Carolina. And it was actually just like a little fun fact was at the grain mill where Ken Anderson used to work growing up. He worked at the one grain mill that was like right down the road from this farm, from the Digger's Dungeon, and he was driving somebody home. And from the grain mill, he was driving another coworker home, and he was telling his buddy there, he was like, "Listen, I'm gonna put this monster truck into you know, like this you know, I'm gonna what say, like qualify or like put it in for like the race, you know, or whatever. Like, I'm gonna do this, like I'm gonna, you know, put myself in the race there." And then he was like, "Yeah, no, you won't." He was like, "Oh, well," he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it till you're 6 feet under." Or something like that. He said, like, "I'll keep trying until you're 6 feet under." He said that to his buddy, and then from that point on, he got the nickname Gravedigger.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Yeah, so like it's kind of cool that like that's where his name came from. It was something he said to somebody, and then like his buddies started calling him Gravedigger because he said he's gonna put that guy 6 feet under or
That's
something.
Fucking awesome.
Like, yeah, it's a pretty fucking cool story. But so you know, that was down in North Carolina. That was about a 45-minute drive from my sister's house. So obviously after that, we went to my sister's family's house and hung out there for a while. My kids got to swim in her pool. And the coolest thing, like my sister they got a large property, large open field property, and they got a lot of fun toys like four-wheelers, go-karts. And so, you know, that's, you know, we got to play with the toys and ride the go-karts and the four-wheelers and see my sister and her family, which was great, obviously. And then from there, I mean, dude, mini golf. We did mini golf. We did top golf. We did, oh my God, dude. There's just so much. We did, there's a place down there in Virginia Beach called Mount Trashmore. Which used to be a trash, you know, landfill, but then they cleaned it up and they made it a huge park, and which is awesome. And there's also a skate park there as well. And fun fact, that skate park's been around for a very long time, all the way back to actually some pros even got noticed in that parking lot of Mount Trashmore. And I mean, I've listened to skateboarding podcasts where they keep talking about like Mount Trashmore and the skate park over there back in like the early 90s. And I mean, people like Tony Hawk, all those guys have been there before skating in competitions. And so like, it's kind of cool to like hear the history about this place. And so my kid, Grant, my youngest, is obsessed with the skate game on the PlayStation. And he plays it. Dude, his kid couldn't wait to get home to play this game. But because he plays this game, he's never seen a skate park in real life. So when we told him, like, there's a skate park over there, like he was like, I want to go to the skate park when we're there. So I was like, all right, we'll pack up the skateboards and we'll go. You know, and you know, so he was obviously in just wowed.
Oh,
you know what
dude,
I mean? Just
I
as a
couldn't
kid.
imagine being a fucking 5-year-old and playing the game and then seeing an actual one, dude. It probably, I can imagine.
It's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool as shit.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, yeah, dude, skate, Top Golf, mini golf, the beach again. The last day we were there is when we did the beach again. Nobody really went in the water too far,
Right.
but yeah, dude, it was. I mean, that was to wrap it up. It was a long week of activities, but it was great.
Dude, the pictures that I was looking at, dude, it was the ones you were posting. Like I said, it was awesome to see. Like all you want to do is like, I know the weeks like that, I know they can definitely be exhausting, especially like that's why when you messaged me, like we're saying call it in the ring here, that's like when you messaged me earlier because we were going to start a little earlier than we did. I was like, dude, I'm fine. I figured like if I would have been you, I'd have been probably about ready to crash. So I was like, yeah, I'm good if you are, brother.
Yeah, no, I mean today, Sunday, as we're recording this Sunday night, we ended up renting a dumpster and we're sharing it with our neighbors. And, you know, so I was loading up the dumpster with shit. We had one of those swing sets, play sets in the backyard. The kids don't even use it anymore. You know what I mean? I fucking took an axe and a chainsaw to that bitch earlier, bro. And I was fucking chopped that bitch down. I broke that thing all the way down, started throwing all the wood into the dumpster. So we got a whole open spot down there now. And so yeah, that's what I was doing. And then we had to get groceries today. The grocery order was ready at like 7:30. So my wife had to leave to go get that. I was taking care of bathing the kids, you know, all that good stuff. But
well, I can see now why you were fucking busy. You had to stop then.
Yeah, no, I haven't stopped, and my legs are sore, my feet are sore. But it's, you know, I'm happy we're here again and getting back on this because I haven't spoken to you all week. But so I wanted to ask you, right? So out of everything I said we did, the KOA 3 times, skate park, mini golf, Top Golf, the boat, beaches, all of that, my sister's house, right? When I asked my 5-year-old Grant what was his favorite like thing that we did this past week, take a guess what you think he would have said.
I'm going to say, man, I don't know. I'm going to just say the skate park. Let's go to
Top Golf.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like,
Golf.
what? Even I thought it would have been the skate park too when I asked him. But he was like, no, like he really enjoyed Top Golf. And like, you know, we were on like the second balcony of Top Golf and you're hitting it, like trying to hit the ball into those targets. You know, it's a cool, like, I don't know if you've ever seen it or ever been to one, but like, you know, it's cool because they got like little like lounges set up for like each bay and shit. And, you know, you got table service. People come bring you food, drinks to your table, you know, and like you just chill and just, it's a vibe. But it's cool because, you know, all the balls have like trackers in them. So when you hit the ball out, it shows you on the screen like how far, your ball flight, height, your distance, ball speed, all that stuff. It's wild. And but they have like games for kids to play. So, you know, the game Angry Birds?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So they have an Angry Birds game that your group can play. So when you hit the ball is the bird, right? So when you hit the ball, if you hit it straight, you then watch it on the game and it'll show you like the flight and you try to knock over the towers and the green goblin dudes, you know, and so like the kids loved it. So it was, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. But I mean, I'm happy to be home. I'm happy, you know, to be back in my own bed, obviously. But I mean, dude, like even the first night back last night, my kids were asleep by like 8. They were shot after the long car ride, you know, because we drove through the day on the way back, and yeah, dude, it was fucking great. Good time. Good time with the family.
Is the what's the air? How's your air up there right now? Is it still smoky?
Not today. Not as bad today. When I was gone, I heard it was bad. Like what do they call it? The air quality index, AQI, or whatever it's called.
Something like that.
AQI. It's just some abbreviation. I was talking to my buddy Charlie, who lives up the street, when we got back yesterday, and he said the air quality was at like 319 or something. Like, it was bad. Like, bad.
Dude, that was what I wanted to save for my last part of this, of the ending if there was anything fucking delivery related to talk about this week, I will say, dude, and I'm sitting there, and New York had it way worse than we did, but it was not sunshine and rainbows here either. And I will tell you, I'm making fun of it because people were fucking sitting there. I'm hearing it every stop. I'm like, dude, I'm 41 years old. I came from the era of smoking sections in restaurants. My step-grandma, God rest her soul, she lived to be 80.
Smoking in the cars with us.
Yeah, dude. She smoked fucking 4 packs of menthols a day. And I mean, dude, she, like, I could remember being over at her house with her son, to be my stepmom's brother, dude.
What's that AQI at?
They were in there, dude. They'd be in there playing cards, just fucking ripping, and like nobody. And I'm sitting there, darts. I'm like, dude, nobody. And it wasn't even just there. I mean, my friends, if I went to stay, like I can remember staying over at friends' houses, fucking parents smoking in the house. Nobody gave a fuck back then, dude. It was just like, and I'm sitting there making fun of it, dude. Once I got a little, my stop count didn't change much, but I got spread way the fuck out. Lot different than I have been. And I don't know if that was, being off the 9-5 list or just the way it was dispatched, but probably. But I have a couple in these spots that I can't go. Like, I can't go up. I have to walk a little bit, and it's still fucking warm. It's still hot outside. So I'd been good up until I started getting to the fucking country section of the stops. And I go too, where, dude, I walk a little bit. And I mean, one of them, I'm walking kind of up an incline more than the other. And the second one, dude, I mean, I'm breathing hard. I'm fucking coming down, and I mean, I'm breathing. My fucking chest starts fucking burning. And I was like, what the fuck? I said, this can't be this fucking smoke. And I'm looking kind of along the horizon, and it was getting worse. So I ended up having shit where I could go home. I got home, and one of my contacts was bothering me, and I go to wash my hands. My hands weren't even dirty, really. Like, they didn't look dirty, dude. And there's just like black coming off my fucking, like, in the sink. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I start scrubbing my arms and shit. And it was fucking like, it was like, it was like weird. It wasn't like it was ash, but it was like dirt that would not be. It looked, maybe it was ash. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I went to take out one of my contacts, dude, and my eye was on fire. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to be rocking one contact the rest of the day. I tried using a cooling towel, wrapped it around my face, tried breathing with that, and I was so ashamed because I thought, dude, my young self of me from the early 90s, I would be just laughing at me like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? It's not even that bad out here. But here I am now fucking using a cooling towel, and that works for a while, but then my chest starts hurting. I'm like, it's 90 fucking degrees outside. Maybe I shouldn't be breathing. I'm just going to have to take the smoke. And I got through it, but I'll tell you, it fucking sucked, man. That was, that shit was not fun. So the places that had it worse than we did, I feel for you guys that had to work that shit.
I mean, you know, we were saying that Nate picked a good week to have off when he missed a couple 100-degree days. Well, we also had a couple 100-degree days to start the week, and we had the smoke.
And you had the smoke,
so,
yeah.
I'm just saying, I picked a great week to have off.
It's just running. It's just running in the family right now.
Oh my god, dude.
Picking good weeks
for real. But Anyways, yeah, dude. I'm happy to be back here, dude, with you and get in the chat. Obviously, we'll hop on the horn tomorrow.
Yeah, we and I think to look ahead to the next episode, I believe we will be having a guest come on, so be looking forward to that. I won't reveal who it is 100%, right? Well, we are 100% on. I just want to make sure it would be for this following week and not another one, but yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back on the guard. Fuck, dude, we still did good. It was we got 57. I'm telling you, when you do this, when you do something with somebody as many times as we did, we can make episodes work. But I want to reiterate again, when I did that one solo, holy fucking shit, dude, 6 minutes felt like 15. That was weird. But that was yeah, we'll be on the horde, no, brother. We'll be on the horde.
For sure. So, thank you, everybody. Oh, real quick, too. Fuck. Yeah, it's my wife's birthday this Saturday. Happy birthday, baby. I love you. 36 years old. Still looking better than ever. So, guys.
36, you're still a kid.
Hell yeah. Everybody, be safe out there. All right. Don't forget your most important stop. I'm Dave and our co-host Luke. We'll see you all next week.
Later, everybody.